Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your time being here with us today. Before I go into my topic that I will talk about, how to add values to your business by lighting controls, I would like to know you guys more better with the landscape of the whole Asia Pacific. I need your help by raising your hand when I call up your country so I know where are you positioned in the hall. Is that okay? Good. Right, we'll start from the north of Asia. Can I have a show of hands of the Koreans? Annyeonghaseyo. Good. From the land of the rising sun, Japan. Konnichiwa. Good. Further down, we will have delegates from Hong Kong. No, yes, 大家好. We have some delegates from Taiwan. Yes, 大家好. All right. We have delegates from Vietnam. Sao Sinh Chai. Good. We will have delegates from Thailand. Yes, Sawadee Krap. Then we will have delegates from Malaysia. Yes, Selamat Datang. Then we will have our delegates from Singapore. Yes. Oh, okay, all over here. Good morning, everyone. We speak English as a common language. We have delegates from Indonesia as well. Selamat khabar, Bapak, Ibu. Further down south, we have, Philippines before I miss. Any Philippines? Right in front of me. Komatsu. No, sorry. What was the right greeting again? Kamusta, yes, thank you. Down south, Australians. Yes, good day, mate. And finally, the land of furthest down south will be the Lord of the Rings, New Zealanders. Anyone? No? Okay, good. And last but not least, our biggest growing market other than China. Yes, China. Where are you? Okay, 大家好. And the next biggest candidate will be from India. Yes, good. Vanakkam. Okay, so now the reason why I'm doing this is to let you know controls is not much of selling things to you guys and giving you guys to get to the market. But it's more towards an idea, to listen, to know where are your customers, what are their potential, and what are things that they do not know, so you could offer and value adds to your lighting business, okay? So, again, my full name is actually Punky Kyong, but you call me Punky for short, much simpler, all right? So, before I begin, I will actually go through my agenda with you for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to go through the very basic 5 W's that we always have. The first W is, what is controls? So by knowing what is controls, we could move further to the next step. Second W is, why control is the way ahead? Like is good, but why do we need to move controls? So there are reasons behind why we need to move forward, okay? Third W will be, where are the business and the potential of controls? It's not something that we pluck from the air. As you could see from the past few presentations, it is in the market, it is in demand, but it's something that you just need to know where to pick them up. The fourth W that I'm going to go through is, when can I start? And the final W that we're going to speak to is, who will help me to execute all this controls business that is coming on board? Okay? So these are the 5 W's I'm going to go through in the next 30 minutes. Very simple, very quickly, you were able to understand what controls mean. I will start off with a basic understanding, so we are on the same platform. What can lights do? Existed millions and years ago, and 150 is where we get an evolution of light. So 4 things that usually we could do with lights. First thing, we could switch the lights on, light switched on. If the light is too bright, we could dim the light down, so creating a different lighting level. Again, if the light is not enough, what can I do? I could brighten lights up. Okay? I finally, in terms of saving, I will want to switch off the lights when it's not in use, switch it off the lights. Okay? So these are what basic lights could do in the 4 fundamentals. What we need to do about controls is you need to understand is controls is actually the unlimited creativity that you could put life and function into it. What type of lights and function that we can look into it will be something like we call scene setting. Creating ambience, creating an environment that you want to tell a story. Then we could do something with LEDs today. We could change the colors of the light. not to see white, warm white, and so on, but you could change different colors. And they're also given us the flexibility to do light shows. In Hong Kong, we have a very nice Victoria Bay. Light shows are going on every night. So these are things that is being done by controls. So we have some basic things as well. Timer, scheduling, having your lights to switch on at the right time, at the right place, at the right days of work, and the right days of holiday. Last but not least, the most important things that we are talking about today are also green mark requirement, energy saving. I want to do daylight harvesting. Okay? It's something that we keep hearing about, and then we are talking about energy saving. I want to have present controls, motion sensing. All right? So other than this, what else are there in controls? So again, to illustrate again, there is an unlimited potential in creativity. Controls has no boundaries. The sky is the limit. But of course, we need to start from somewhere. So you will realize that controls is the new currency in the market. You don't tell about, oh, I need how many tubes, I need how many lights. We're talking about what can you do to control this light? Could you give me an ambience? Could you give me a certain lux level? So all this comes into planning and controlling to give you the effects that you need. And of course, the new value proposition is to your business, to what you have been doing so well, so good. Philips would like to help you to grow better, in the sense that it is to help you to differentiate you and your competitors. So you could lead the market and not let into price war, talking about fittings and tubes and ballast. You could give them a value proposition. My value cost is so much because there are intangible values in controls. And most importantly, it's where it's going to help you to make margin and money. Okay? The third W we're going to go through is why control is a way ahead, other than all the things that we could do, is, like what I said, it's the new word, the new lingo. Everyone talks about it. Second thing, it's very much about meeting the demands of the market. You have energy savings requirement, you have performance requirement, so you need to have a balance. Controls is why you are able to go into the market with this. And last but not least, the very important thing in individual countries where you are from, it is an initiative by the legislation. Okay? There is rules putting in that helps the controls business to move forward. So a splash screen to let you see where are the legislation is, you have the whole Asia Pacific here, as I call up and address you guys. So this is the reason why I need to find you. So you could find yourself, where are your government legislation? They are already there in place. For the past 5-6 years, it's already ongoing. Controls is using. So now it's time that we could move forward together with Philips in that manner. Okay, so where are the controls potential? Controls potential starts from very, very simple place, in a single room, to a single building, to a whole nation as a building infrastructure. Okay? So in which sector could you see controls? In short, unlimited. You have segments in residential, commercial, industrial, so on and so forth. So just to give you a simple example is that the toilet here, does it have a sensor to control the lights when there's everyone in here, no one's in the toilet? No, there's no sensor. So again, that is where a simple control comes in. Put a sensor in a simple washroom, you can start doing business in that way. Okay? What I'm telling you here is something which, yeah, that's what I say, what Philip says. So show me some proof. Okay? So I'm going to show some reference project around the region. I could not gather all in time. So I'm going to share with you some regions which I could pick up. So this is in Thailand, this building, dedicated for the Thai delegates. I can't read Thai, so would it help someone translate that for me? Do you know where is this building? Looks familiar? It's going to be completed by this year. And those who got the answer, yes, it's Okuru Hotel and Park Venture Tower. So it's a mixed development of complex control and simple controls. So imagine if you were to be the party to help to bring this controls business into it. Additional to your current business, you'll be looking at about 180,000 US dollars, or about 5.5 million baht. So is that a good number? No? Or it could be better. Okay, so I'll start to go slow on some small projects that you could start to adopt. Next country, Singapore. Yes, the delegates in front. So this building, do you know where is this? Looks familiar? Okay, Marina Bay Financial Center. This building is an infrastructure where a lot of offices are feeding up their offices inside. So let's name 3 office feed up. Nomura Capital, Macquarie's Group, and DBS Bank. I'm pretty sure some of you might deliver some of this light fitting into this project. So do you know there are controls inside? Very simple sensors, controls, put it in, and they are all quite a reasonable amount to get your foot in to the business. We're talking about average 10,000 USD per job. These are the value. And I could verify this value because some of this value were to be executed by me myself when I'm not with Philip yet in my previous organization. So why am I here today is I'm going to tell you that there are this business, we can go in, and I'm here to help all of you, especially in Singapore, to go into the controls business. Okay? Third country, China. Can you all recognize this building? Okay, the answer is no, because it's any typical office. This is the Shanghai Tunnel and Rail Transport Design Institute. Again, I need some help in Chinese. This is the name for those people who could see Chinese. And this is a project using Philips control, OcuSwitch, LuxSense. Not a lot. Again, the value is about USD $20,000. Is that something that you want to put into your portfolio and your cash ledger at the end of it? Yeah, why not? There is demand. Rather than someone else is taking the pie, why don't I use Philip, partner with Philip, go in and get this money? Okay? So, after telling you all this, next question, when can I start? Are you excited? Money is there. Business are there. So the thing is, you could start today. You could start right here, right now. Because Philips has a wide portfolio of controls, from indoor controls to outdoor controls, where you have standalone controls and network controls. So you do not need to worry that you will have an opportunity and you have nothing that you could offer from Philips. Okay? Just to share with you some landscape of the controls that we have, Philips has the portfolio of the simple controls, like what you see here, to a more complex one where you could have networking going on, and to a building scale where you could manage controls and see. And I'm going to run through with you some products to tell you that they exist today and they are able for you to implement into your light fitting straight away. So first portfolio we're looking at is integrated base, which means that you have already take lamps, gears, drivers from Philips to put into your light fitting. So why not take sensors as well? We will have LuxSense, something for daylight harvesting, OcuSwitch, switching and dimming, and OcuSwitch accessories, where you could have them plugged into your lights instantly. I'll show you more details about the installation. The next portfolio we'll see is non-integrated. Some projects that you are providing them where you are not providing them the fitting, but in terms of just gear and ballast, because the lights are already there. And you know, they require sensor. Controls. So all these can be added in, like OcuSwitch, OcuSwitch wireless, sensors with dimmable capability, dimming switch that don't only dim the light, but create creativity in the ambience, and also controls under Trios. I still have some time. I'll share just 2 minutes of my time on this project here to be touched. As Laura did mention earlier that we do have retails going in. People want to have an experience of shopping and not just over-the-counter transaction. In Singapore, we did a retail feed-up for Triumph Lingerie. Okay, Triumph. So it's a ladies' lingerie that is usually dressed to impress the men. So men's are a little bit shallow. We are very visually impressed. So you need to dress something nice, but you need to know what mood should I be. So for Triumph project, we actually feed up to be touch color using DMX into every changing room. So the customer who picks up their choices goes in, dress it up. I would like to have a romantic dinner. How would it be? Change the color, change the ambience. Ah, it looks good. I'm going for a party tonight. How would it look on the spilling colors? Mix again, play with it again. So by that simple example, Triumph store is in Orchard Road, in case anyone of you wants to go and try it. It's about 30% increase in terms of their sales volume. So it's to show you how likes create and helps business to grow, not to you, but to your end customers. But indirectly, you are helping them because you're understanding the trend that is moving forward. Okay? This is a quick snapshot of a floor plan to show you that this is really happening in your country. You just need to know, what do I need to see? Logos like this usually are found in the legend, PIR sensors, OS occupancy sensors. Simple things like this, they are called lux sensors. So what we could offer under Philips portfolio is active loom. Okay, into this installation where they require sensor. Daylight harvesting, we could use lux sense. Individual rooms, I want to control them. OcuSwitch. So all these are already in the market. You just need to open up your eyes, take it up closer, and start taking the business. Okay? So LuxSense series, a quick run through. These are very small sensors. You could plug into your light fitting, or you could plug it on a tube. And how I'm going to say I'm going to do that is by having your clip-on TLD and T5, so you could have this installation put up. So it's a very quick, fast, and simple, and the best thing is dimmable. All right? Next thing we will have is, with this solution, we could do what the market always call for. I want to do daylight harvesting, LEEDs compliant, requirements. This is your answer to that business. And then there's also things that I'm not sure how much of you are selling a ballast called MB Star. Anyone has been selling MB Stars? Good. So you do know that MB Star is a very competitive dimmable ballast, and it's the best partner with LuxSense. You give you daylight harvesting, very competitive cost, the customer will love you. Right? So just to show you how simple it is, no programming needed, no computers, just a screwdriver, plug it in, it works. You will have your ballast. And then there is a dimming signal required. LuxSense clip-on, 2 wires goes in, that's it. So no nuclear science. How you guys wired up your fittings into the ballast and tube, it's the same method. Okay? And the best thing is one sensor could take one fitting, or you could loop it up to 20 ballasts. So that's where the design comes in to help to optimize this offer. Okay? Next, active loom, which also another mini one. This is actually a daylight harvesting sensor and also a motion sensor. So you get the best of two worlds. All right? It works as a single piece, or it works as a relay box that you could switch on and switch off the lights. So again, to show you some simple solution, best work with MB Star if you want to get a price competitive together with a dimmable effect, daylight harvesting plus motion. All right? Installation, single piece. It's just like the LuxSense, wired direct in, that's it, nothing more. And then if you are going into arranging of it, put it at the very front, loop it to every sensor, that's it. Very simple. Next, if you're going into the relay box, so you just need to have the sensors going through the box before going to your relays, so you could switch on and switch off the lights. Okay? Next, OcuSwitch. This is something that it is a very basic application that you can look up anywhere you could throw them in. Don't be shy. Most of your installation, or where I started 4 years back, is toilet is my favorite place. Everywhere I go, the toilet, no sensor is good. Contact them, tell them this is something that they could add in. So this is something very simple. You could use them anywhere, anyhow. But of course, there are some limitations you need to know. They have a standard detection grid, ideal for office, 4x5 for small movement detection, 6x8 for big areas. So typical office, you can have one sensor. It covers the room. So it depends how many rooms you have. That's how many OcuSwitch you will be using. Comes with a delay time. So you could have switching off after the person leaves, adjustable delay time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay? And the best thing is also a 2-in-1 product. You could have motion and daylight controls at the same time. So what do you mean by that? For example, I come into this room, I need the lights to be on. So the sensors should switch on the light. But today I have a big glass window here, which daylight is coming in. So I do not need the lights to be on because I have sufficient lux level. So this is where the sensors with these two intelligent will place around. If the user comes in, the light is not enough, switch it on. If his light is enough, don't switch it on. So that's where you get performance and saving at the same time. So these are the highlight. These are a relay controls, up to 6 amp, not an issue for installation. And sometimes you will have areas that you do not want to be detected because you have some rooms which have no doors. You don't want people to walk in and walk out to activate. So this is where you will be able to blind off by pulling down the shield. So this area will be not seen. Okay? And then we will also have manual adjustment. No computers needed, just a test pen. Contractors just look at it. You guys can teach them. Could pre-tune, pre-commission, send it to site. Everything is ready. Okay? And the best is easy installation. You could do flush ceiling, surface ceiling. Not an issue. All right? So, moving on from the basic controls, what else that we could expand on further is like, can I do up the whole office? Can I have the whole office in a switchless environment, an intelligent office? The answer is yes. Again, we have a solution called EcoSet. It is energy saving, automated, switchless, and it's only adjusted using dip switch. So planning just comes in place where you have a sensor and a controller. You have an office layout, plan out where are the sensors located, wire the loads in, then you can make it in a way that the corridor lights will always maintain on when someone is in the office. So when people start coming in the office, different sectors will switch on, different sector will switch off when it's vacant. So throughout the whole days, you have banking, institute, offices which runs on dynamic working hours, not fixed hours. This is the best solution. I don't have to think, should the cleaner switch on the lights or should the guard switch off the lights? Why bother? Let the sensor decide. As long as there is light, there is people. Okay? Something more advanced we're looking at as what we're looking at. Oh, I want to have interaction with controls, touchscreen, and panels. So these are something we could do. Scene setting, creating ambience. So in terms of portfolio that we have, will be iPad, iPhone. So these are the wow factors that some people tell you, hey, I want to have my lights controlled, but could you give me something remote control? Yeah, use a normal easy scene or something a bit more upgraded. iPad could control your lights. Wow, good. Help me. Let me have that solution. This is where you were able to offer them. Okay? And then, of course, going on further as the complexity we're looking at, light shows, eye candy, this is where the whole building wide that you could see. All these are also available through Philips portfolio, okay, under the factories of Danelite. All right. So what I'm telling you here, all these are the indoor controls where you're controlling internally in the building. So the thing I was telling you that I can do nationwide. What can we do? Simple thing is street lights. Every nation is linked by one road to another road. And hence, lighting create a connection for people to experience different places and the people along the way. And this is where we have a street light solution called Starlight, if I'm not mistaken. You will see most of that inside after during the experience center. So, the last W that we go through is who will help me? Since that I'm enticing you with so much eye candy, so much money, so much numbers. Best question is answer, Philips. Again, what we are sharing you is something that it's not very far, it's already here today. And your key account in every country, they will be the person that you could contact. Yes? Good. And the thing is that, what if he do not have much information? No worries. In each of your countries, you will have someone called a control specialist. It is put in place as today, as Philips, when we speak, and as we introduce you to controls in the OEM, is because infrastructures are in place. Every country has someone which is specialized in control. They will help you in both design, proposal, presentation, hand in hand. So you will not be left alone, but you will be guided together. Okay? But ultimately, all this that I'm telling you will still bottom line to one thing. Philip is always here to help. But if one does not help oneself, there's no way we're going to move forward. So we need your help to help you, to help us, to help the opportunity to go into controls business. So by this, just remember, start small. Don't have to go to something very big and something too complex because it might be too challenging. So always start small. Always listen to the customer's needs. All right? Because, like I said, controls is not a product. It is an experience, a solution. Some things that you listen to what they want, we can do something for them. And standalone products is something that you are available, not much technical support needed. Buy, sell, guided through the installation. Okay? So I know some of you do tell me like, yeah, what you're showing me is some other countries, doesn't happen here, doesn't happen there. But ultimately, it is the mentality of a glass, half full or half empty. Okay? I still got 3 more minutes. I'll share one story with you, which I think a lot of you might have heard it. But the analogy is something which I want to tell you. It is the mindset. Don't be confined to what you're doing now. Because in order to go something exceptionally great, to grow the business, you cannot do the same thing every day and expect the same result. You have to do something differently. The story goes by 2 shoes company wanted to venture into Africa. Okay? So they sent each of their best salesmen to the country to do an evaluation. After 1 week, company A came back and the salesperson reported to the marketing and the managers like, I went there and I realized Africa has no business opportunity because no one's wearing shoe. So why bother getting in? Okay? So yeah, company A decided he's the best person. He's seen the market. He said, let's do not waste time. Company B instead, as a salesperson came back and tell the top management with great excitement, guys, we got to start now. Because no one's wearing shoe, we can start by giving them slippers, basic shoes. Everyone will have shoes. From there, we will start to introduce them. Covered shoes, high heel, boots. So it's the same analogy I want to tell you. The market, it's there. So start small. There's always opportunity to grow when people start using it. If you do not start to offer, you would not know where are your limits and potential. On my departing note to you guys, is something that drives me for the past 10 years. Always ask oneself before you decided to give up. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? Okay? So before I end, is there any question that you need to ask? Feel free that you could ask me after this. Other than that, I will leave you all for your lunch break and the next event. Thank you.